Hello, hello.
Hello. Right. Sorry about a wee bit late, everybody. Um, just had a few things to get sorted before we get started. Um, let's just hope everybody can hear us here. Let's see. And why am I not? I've got something up with my mic again here in this settings. Audio. This is what happens when. Hello. 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 Hello.
Just do them again.
Spaceboy.
There we go. Yes.
Right, here we go.
How you
Sorry,
doing, man?
guys. Again, always, we're not very good at this. Technical difficulties right off the bat. I thought we were all sorted there. No, we were not. I apologise for starting so late. We just had a few things we had to get sorted before we came on.
Yep.
And let me just see. I've not
So,
turned right down. You just keep going,
so
man. Sorry.
how's things? So how's things?
Aye, good, good. It's actually been a really quick week. It doesn't feel as if it was 7 days since the last time we've done this. In fact, so much so I usually have a wee list of things. I kind of write stuff down that's maybe been happening to talk about. But I know it looks as if there's a lot on it, but it's scraping the barrel, guys. So I hope yous are bringing some good things to chat about because my list is very, very limited. In fact, I've just put spaces in between all the lines to make it look more. Normally, I have them under each other.
Double lines.
Aye, so it's just to make it look more than it is. So sorry for taking so long to go on, guys. I appreciate you waiting, and let's get into this. We've not normally we discussed the theme before it, but we've not even managed to do that. So we're all going to be involved in this exciting part right off the bat. Are you alright to just set up a page, man, and give me a
I've
wee
set it
invite?
up, dude. Yeah, I've done it already. I've done it already, man. It should be in your email.
Got it, lovely. I need to double check these internet pages I'm on before I do this, don't I? That could be embarrassing. It couldn't be. I'll just admit that. I'll just get out there. It couldn't be ever. This iPad is solely for drawing. Not that I don't have any other things, but this is for. Right, so.
These other ones for looking at weird stuff.
Let's see if you could read round that there, like, yes. Right, let's see. I need to get this let's view thing fixed. Right, and in the general chat. Can you still hear me? Aye, if I click out that. Still need
Aye.
to hang in that whole
Aye.
Discord thing. Right, so I put a thing up asking if anybody's got any drawing challenges. There seems to be quite a few. There's one called Maydwellers. There's one called Mayhem Monsters. Somebody was saying a one line challenge, which I don't fancy that. I'm not going to lie, it's not really my cup of tea. I don't really like.
I've done it. They can be quite fun, but at the same time, it's not really in the vein of what we usually do, is it?
Aye, that's what I was thinking. Aye, there was a draw my sketches challenge. The reason I'm kind of fading out here is because I definitely feel as if it should be either Maydwellers or Monster Mayhem. The Maydwellers one I done last year. It's
What's
kind of
that?
it's like a guy that does like some sort of cartoony Dungeons and Dragons. So in
Okay.
Maydwellers, it gives you like themes. And I'm going to just go to the page now, right now. Maydwellers. So like the theme. So each day you create a wee character. Let's see if he's got examples. It's a guy that called IJ Makehart, and he's be cool. How does this even work again? No, too much brightness. Like almost Adventure Time-ish characters, but he makes like wee RPG characters out of them. So if you
All right.
swipe,
Cool.
so you usually get like wee stories and stuff like that. So he's got one. And
Uh-huh.
just when I started reading them off the bat, I thought this sounds pretty cool. So the first one was Nature Spectre, second one's Blade Collector, Amelia the
Okay.
Eel, Maze Hound, Maze Shaman, Travelling Knife Salesman. And these all sound cool. Blood
I
Witch.
like travelling knife salesman.
I like the Blade Collector, so we kind of, I either feel like the Glasgow area type of thing, that's what you can tell there. Aye,
A travelling knife salesman and the blade collector could be a good, could be a good one.
aye, definitely.
Um,
Because that's two people that could obviously, well, I'm looking for blades and you're selling them. There we go.
exactly.
And
Match
it's not,
made in heaven.
aye, there we go. We're going to go Maydwellers then, and we're going to go with Blade Collector and a Travelling Knife Salesman. That was easy.
Yes. Right.
Right,
That's it.
now we need
Right.
now the whole point, going up with our story and everything now. Right, but that's writing itself, innit? I'm just going to write that down so I don't forget. Blade Collector, Travelling Knife Salesman.
Knife.
When you're writing it, you need to say it different. That's not just me. That was a joke, by the way. Right? I'm not only kidding on.
No, I just remember like when I was younger, my mum always used to say that to me. Give me that knife. Just because like it is ridiculous if it's got a K at the start of it.
Aye.
It's stupid. Right, so
Right, there we
where
go.
we start? Purple rectangle.
Is anybody joining in with this one then? I know it's short notice, but that's the funny in it. Just get out there, out your comfort zone. No practice, no things beforehand. See what you can come up with. I was kind of the Monster Mayhem one. I was thinking that could be pretty cool because I'd even an idea for the panels. The first one would have been like a gravestone, all kind of white or black, right dark, and the second one would have been like lightning strikes, so they've all been lit up. And then the third one would be like the same panel again, with like a hand coming out. I'm like, yes, this is dead original.
Like a kind of like your classic zombie.
Aye, and then but it could have been because like their themes were things like meatball and they were all weird, so it could have seemed as if it was going to be, and then whatever came out wasn't. That was the plan. I'd let you just draw something nuts, individual teeth and things like that.
I think I get loads of individual teeth. We love some individual teeth. I'm thinking this one we can maybe start with like a kind of perspective shot where your characters kind of walking. Your characters at the front and they're kind of walking up this street, and it's like it's all kind of derelict, and there's just like a guy standing up at the very end of the street,
Right.
and he's looking a bit shifty, and then the next panel we can get to the character that gets a bit closer, and the guy's like trying to tell him to come here and see him, and he goes to the corner, and he gets to the corner, and the guy goes around the corner, and there's this big bazaar that the guy's opened up where he's got all these knives and there's axes and there's everything, and that's about as far as I got
So
with that.
well, I had an idea, right?
I apologise for my candle tonight. I'm a bit like I hurt my knee really bad for last week, and I'm on a lot of painkillers. So if I kind of waffle on at any point and don't make sense.
There's a 0.5 in my list scored out now. Well done. I was going to bring it up at 10:30. I had it in a time and it was like, right, so we'll bring up his legs, see how he's getting on. We'll work into that. I'll have a wee segue into it and that. And nah, that's it. Well done. See what happened. We don't come on early enough to practice it all. We usually come on 3 hours early and run through it once. We go through a whole thing, so it looks original, but it's not. Well, I had an idea. This is for it. Like I just say, I'm not saying not yours. I'll give you mine, and then we can. Like your wee guy or the travelling blade salesman can be like walking down the street saying, "What blades? What blades? What blades?" And everybody's just like ignoring them. And then he walks up to a wee guy that looks as if he would, and he says, "Do you want blades?" And he says, "Aye, I'll take some blades."
I'll have some blades. And he's got a jacket full of them. He like kind of opens up his jacket and he's just.
Aye. Well, I the wee blade collector could just have funnels in him and all everywhere. Can't even see his face because there's just blades everywhere. But I quite like the idea of your bizarre one. I like the idea of having a coming round and there's like, come here, down here, and there's a big, it looks all shifty and that, and he's got a big. But that does seem a bit similar to the alien one.
Shouting. Aye, it does with the marketplace.
Where it could just be like the wee blade collector going up to people, or the wee blade salesman going up to people, and they just can't look bothered with him. Like, go away. No, I don't want it. I don't want.
Oh, like when you go on holiday, like look at guys on holiday.
Any blades? Do you want any blades? No, I'm alright, mate. Got all the blades I need. That kind of thing. I just bought blades off your mate down the road. That one.
Aye, like, he opens up his bag and he just got like a bag full of blades. Just like that, man. Fun if they got loads. We'll start then. Start just putting some. I'd say
squares.
The first,
you might put squares down, aren't you?
Panel. No. Let's do kind of a rough sketch without squares tonight. Without any panels tonight.
I think.
And we'll just kind of. Then we'll build the panels format because we did that last week.
What I was thinking that one is. So see, like the kind of big panel up the top could be a big panel, right? But kind of maybe for like an isometric view. So there's like a wee person standing here. That's the top of his head. Maybe one standing there, one standing there, and like the wee blade salesman's going to them, and he's at each one of them. Want any blades?
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Yep.
Or this is kind of
going round everybody.
Aye, and they're all just going about their business. Like that one there's playing a drum. That one's cooking a fish. This one's playing a drum because I'm running out of ideas already. But just to kind of stay away from like the bizarre or the short ones, you know what I mean? That's I think.
What about instead of having the big panel, then we have, we chop it. Like we have panels like this, and then it can give us a chance to like draw the. It gives a chance to have them at different angles as well. You know what I mean?
Aye, so I could draw a drum for like an upward angle and then a drum for.
Aye, yeah. So we can have like perspective here, perspective there, and so we don't, so not everything's kind of. I think the wee guy might look kind of the same if we're having him. There's a lot of people and stuff like that. I did like the idea of being able to see the whole street though. That would have been fun to draw.
Well, saying that though, we could have like one here, like kind of thinner, where he maybe clocks. Our wee blade collector, with all his blades sticking out everywhere. Carrying blades under his arms and all that.
just walking about with just swords under his arms and stuff like that.
And he spots him, and then that's when he can say like, "Oof, let's get down there," and then he. But the problem with that is you need to flip that, don't you? Because you'd want him to be here, and then he does like a kind of wee run, as you do. Or a float over, want to buy some blades, and then he's like, yeah. I think this is sort of.
I don't know if we're thinking too much about this one. I feel as if we're thinking too much about it. What about a guy? What about the guy coming to his door? He's like front door, and he opens the door.
Oh, I like this. I do like this. As if he's like somebody selling top rubber.
He's like, "You want to buy some blades, mate?" And he's like, "Blades? I love blades." And he's like, "Well, look at the blades I've got." Like, man, I'll buy the blades.
I've got an idea then for that then, right? So you've got them going up to the door or whatever, right? These top ones up to the door, the guy opening the door, and then there could be like a middle panel, and it could just be like a wee thing of loads of different blades, and we can have wee things wrote next to them, like I don't know, Demon's Tooth, and something next to it, and I don't know, Haggard's cheese cutter. Know what I mean? And just have them all.
Panel. We'll have it. we'll put a wee hand there at the side of the panel,
Aye, as if he's.
so that it looks like it's the guy's jacket, and it can be like the actual panel.
And then it can be the blade collector looking like massively happy, stupidly happy, saying, "I'll take them all."
Oh, big cartoon cat eyes.
And you can see in his behind him. You can see in behind him. There's already loads of knives and swords because he's a blade
Yes.
collector. The theme, sorry, is the theme. We asked for people to give us. We asked for people to give us one of the like a drawing challenge that's going on now. And the one that we picked there was made well of, and we just kind of picked two random ones off that. The two we picked was blade collector and travelling knife salesman. So the theme today is blade collector and travelling knife salesman. And this is it. This go for it, eh? Start this.
Yes. I mate. Right.
I'll that's your thing there, innit? You need to rub that out.
Yes, mate. That's fine.
I'll do the middle panel. I'll go with that now.
Aye, start drawing in the middle panel. I'll draw the guy coming to the door.
And then we'll just see where we go for there. Right, so I'm going to try and make this look like a box, isn't it? Oh, I'm not going to do it like that, because that's a...
I like if we make it look when it kind of like rough. Because do you know what I'll do? I'll do the guy's fingers like holding.
Sorry. Hear about it? I missed what the animation was for about Hellbound. I think we went through quite a few random ideas there. Is that like the wee guy moving towards people and the one? Is he just going to look like a stereotypical CD salesman?
Aye, but not because he's got like really long ones. He's very odd shaped.
So I can take this thing here, eh?
Yeah. No, it's
So
alright.
you want to I'll fix that. Yeah, I'll leave that kind of empty around your feet. I feel as if, even though I feel as if this week flew by, I feel as if this is I've not used it in ages.
I know. It feels a bit weird tonight for some reason.
Pretty good, it's just the painkillers.
I'll be honest with you, everything's kind of felt weird this week.
In fact, we can maybe even just do so. Like, there's his wee arm sleeve, and as if he's just pulling out. So you see, he's got big long limbs. Could this should be one arm, and this could be coming off one side of his jacket.
Yes.
So that would just kind of come off the page. Do you know what I mean? Aye. There we go. Some button up there and all that. And I'm going to draw myself some knives. Classic zombie one. I thought that was totally original by me. Is it? By the way, is that made classic? It wouldn't have been Michael Jackson's music video that made that like that, was it? Or was it been one of the
No. What zombie movies, man? Like
George
Romero.
Romero? A. Romero.
A. Romero. A. Romero.
I don't know. Somebody will tell us. Good thing, streaming. You can't be wrong. Somebody will let you know.
I'll just tell you that tonight, nothing that comes out of my mouth should be taken as canon at all.
This will be fun. That's not something I normally draw. Is like weapons.
Mainly blasters you draw, but isn't it? It's mainly.
Even aye, the occasional time, but tend to not really draw weapons at all. I know there is some like 3 phases where they have got guns and stuff, but it's that one gun I draw, like a handgun.
Oh, there was a really cool thing. A bunch of artists from Glasgow did for like a sign. They did. Well, it was a poster, sorry, for charity, and it was just swords. They get like all these different artists to draw their own version, like a fantasy sword, and they made it into a poster.
I seen that. Did you say for Glasgow?
Aye.
Well,
Well, it was started by somebody from Glasgow.
are you sure? And
Pretty sure, yeah.
he's doing potions now.
Potions?
He's doing the same thing again, but now with potions. I didn't realise he was for Glasgow.
Aye, whiskey cups?
I don't know if that's. I think that might. It kind of makes sense now that you say their name, that they're probably for Glasgow or Scotland of some sort, doesn't it?
Well, I did a dinosaur thing. Like, I did something for the dinosaur thing for Save the Children.
Oh, I remember that as well.
That was like a couple of years back, and there was like it had to release 5. Was it 5 different? It had to release it in 5 parts, I think, because of how many artists' response they got to help, and didn't get anything. It was just obviously just like a copy design, and you know that you'd help it a wee bit. It was cool.
The guy that I seen doing that thing called Swords was a guy called a Jar of Bees.
A Jar of Bees, sorry, it was. It did the.
See for Glasgow?
It was a jar of bees. I think they are for Glasgow or Edinburgh.
I didn't know that. I follow him too. I like knowing that there's the artists that do cool things that are close to you.
It's I think it's mainly because we just don't. I know like a lot of graffiti artists and stuff like that, but as far as it goes with the kind of art that I do more,
Aye.
you know what I mean, the more illustrative side of it, I don't really know many people up until like a couple of years back. I've started to realise there's like loads of people.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
It's like that. I still went to like conventions and stuff, so like, I kind of met people there, but it wasn't anybody doing. It was mostly fan art. Do you know what I mean? And it was kind of pretty rare to find somebody that was doing original stuff. It's just good to see that there is loads of people doing it.
Are you drawing the other wee guy?
Aye, just draw what you feel and then we'll just kind of fill it in. I think it's better that way to kind of draw over each other's stuff in it. Like, I'm happy to leave these swords kind of basic where they are, and then you can do what you want with them. Because I felt as if there was that one that we done where we kind of kept tearing each other's panels, and that was our worst one, I think.
Oh, what one was that again? Was it like the donut one?
No,
the donut one turned out pretty well at the end.
Aye, because I ended up with all mixed panels. Was it one after that?
Oh, the chicken one. The chicken, the rabbits.
Aye, I felt as if we just drew our own panels, didn't we? And it wasn't really the same as. It didn't feel as.
No, it didn't feel as cohesive as the
Oh, there we go. Jinxed. Can I talk now?
You know, with this, I keep going and going online and then waiting for a minute. I keep my pencil on the page, just like, oh, you're not going straight. Oh, that's right. I'm not using Procreate.
I'll draw the wee guy at the door then, right? In fact, because I'm going to just draw this ridiculously happy face, right?
Oh, he needs to be like, he needs to be like ecstatically happy. Like make him look mentally happy.
I can't do that. You want to draw individual teeth on him and just get something down here. I've finished my bit now. So we were talking last week about the whole kind of what we're going to do with the layout of the stream. I mean, I think that now we've maybe planned it out now, haven't we? Did we even talk? So I think next week we're hopefully going to have somebody else on to do the kind of the drawing challenge thing we've done, where people just hit us with a name and we've got 5 minutes to draw it. I think the ones are going to be slightly shorter. We're just going to maybe do them for like 1.5, 2 hours. There's a few reasons for that. One is hopefully it works with me, and I work shifts and I work Sunday day shifts every 4 weeks. I start like up at 5 in the morning, so the last thing I want is to be going on to after 12. So that's one of the reasons. And it's also kind of break it up as well. So we'll have 1 week will be that, and then the next week will just me and Spaceboy drawing a comic page, and then the week after that we'll hopefully have the same person for the previous week, if they're available, doing a comic page with us. So the same format we're doing here, but it'd be 3 people drawing it, and then the week after that would just be me and Spaceboy again, possibly doing a comic. I was even thinking about maybe see if we've got our icons and that to do.
Well, that'd be cool, kind of like designing those.
Well, we're online,
Aye, why not?
I guess if people can get involved as well, they can decide what they want. So that's what I thought anyway, but just different things, you know what I mean, just kind of mix it up a bit. I don't like that face.
Aye, because they're having the whole thing of a draw for like 5 minutes at a time with the prompts. That was a lot of fun.
It was, aye. And what I was going to say with that as well, in fact, is we don't really get much time to talk to the person, so I think that the next week that would be in would be kind of almost like an interview as well. We'd have some questions set up for them, just to what they do, what they're involved in, if they would like. Do you know what I mean? Find out a wee bit more other artists, because hopefully we'll have good people on, people as good as me. This is this thing, isn't it? You bring people on and they're just brilliant. It's going to be good though if we can get. We've got plans for certain folk, and if it works out, it will be brilliant.
Listen, I've got no doubt that it's going to go well, because well, I mean, even if it doesn't go well, I'd hope that people were still going to watch it and listen to it anyway, depending on what kind of value it brings them.
Aye.
We don't know, but well, we find it funny, so that's the main thing.
Well, you need to be enjoying what you're doing, or other people won't enjoy it.
Exactly.
See this thing, we've been drawing aliens and monsters for that long. I find it so hard not to just turn this wee guy into an alien.
Oh well, my my guy looks a bit odd. So, I mean, just can I go ahead if you want?
I've just made him like almost Homer. So, did we talk about that thing happening in January, or is that like a no-go thing now?
Well, I don't see why not. I don't see why not, man, because it's locked down now, and it's it's happening.
Well,
I started planning stuff out for it the other day.
so did I. That's what I was going to kind of say there. So, not this year, but last year, me and Spaceboy were supposed to have a gallery show in Glasgow in Cass Art. It was August it was due for, wasn't
Yep.
it? But obviously there was things happened in the world that kind of made things like that not happen. So it was put off and put off, and now we'll be going to do a gallery show in January 20,
Yep.
2022.
Yep.
Seems so wrong saying that, doesn't it?
I know.
So it's all going to be hopefully large scale paintings that both of us have done. A bit of each stuff for ourselves as well, stuff I've done, stuff Spaceboy's done. But hopefully we'll try to, as much as we can, incorporate both of us into most of it, I think, because it's going to be worlds collide.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. There's going to be as much kind of stuff that we can do together if possible, you know. But we're kind of we had the plan at first to kind of fill it with. There was more like me doing stuff myself and you doing stuff yourself than a couple of big pieces together in the first plan we had. But I think now, because we've had this time to kind of, and we've realised how well it goes together when we're actually sitting drawing over each other's stuff and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? How much better it ends up looking. I think we'll definitely be doing the majority of the stuff together. I think that'd be a good way forward.
Yes, because it makes it more unique as well. Because as it stands now, there's nothing that we offer to anybody that is for both of us.
No.
Whereas if we'd done something like this would be the first place to get that, and it would be hopefully pretty cool. Some nice work. It will be. It definitely will be.
And we'll also get to have a opening night, which I was super excited about because most of the time I'm sad and I don't go. I look after kids and draw.
That's a bit similar.
So
it's going to be champagne and Dickie Boys.
Aye. You get to break your fedoras out, man.
Totally. I'm wearing one right now. Aye, so I think it'll be pretty good. See, that I had ideas with things as well. Talking about, like, see, I thought about one as well. See, just, I know it sounds as if it's not that cool an idea, but I think it'll look cool. See these online comics we've been doing, right? See if we had to print all these out in like A4 or A3 or whatever, and they could fit like a massive frame, but then we could go in it and we could draw wee doodles on it and write on it or do things. But it'd be one big picture. I think it'd look cool.
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty good. I want to kind of get, because if we keep doing these like every week, by then, you know, we'd also have something to put together and the people could buy.
Aye.
When they were there, you know, just kind of like a wee compendium of all the stream comics.
Aye, because we did plan on having like a wee book, and we didn't think we were kind of, it was probably worked out in our favour, because I think we were a bit too early. But we're going to have quite a lot of things now. Aye.
I'd say so. And like by that time, definitely the first issue of the comic book will be done and everything.
The what? What are you talking about?
And so yeah, it'll be good, man. It'll be very, very good. I'm very excited for it, but I'm not putting all my eggs in my basket again because I did that last time,
Aye.
and the government said no, 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 no.
Aye, it's not happening this
No.
year.
Right, that wee guy's there saying knock knock. And the door's open.
I keep tapping that too. This wee guy's been through a few changes down here. Try and make him look more like a blade collector, that's the thing though.
Right.
Strategy gangs as well for interactive posts on Instagram. Like, you can see when I was growing up, I don't know if you never remember these books, the Choose Your Own Adventure.
No.
No, you would like, read it and it'd be like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of book, right? And it's like you've come up against a dragon and it's like you decide to fight the dragon or run away. It's like if you fight the dragon, turn to page 92. If you run away, go to page 96.
Oh right, I know what you're talking about. Aye.
I would
So
always
it's
kind
like
of
aye.
flick to the pages and kind of read the first couple of lines before I made my decision. I'd be like, eh.
Oh no, you're spoiling it then.
I would do a bit of cheating, aye. I was thinking you could do something like that on Instagram. So I came up with a wee idea. It was dead easy. Something that I could draw easy and quick and do like maybe one a week. And it'd be like Adventure Cat, right? Obviously it's a cat who's on an adventure. And it would just be, I was thinking about just doing me simple animations. So the first one would just be like a white or a blue background and he'd just be walking. Just a wee 4 or 5 cycle or 4 or 5 image cycle. And then it'd be like, right a wee bit underneath it. Adventure Cat's walking. Comes across something. Does he A or B? Or even thinking, do I give people the choice there to then maybe give me options? And then I pick the best 2 and then put them to my stories to vote. And then I draw the next panel based on what people picked. And then they can then create
Oh
what
God,
happens.
that's awesome. That's awesome. But you know that you are definitely going to run into like
Violence.
at some point where you're no, you're going to run into some point where you're having to like spend 2 days rendering something because you've got like you get like a month into it and now you're seeing it. Situation's so elaborate.
Well, the plan was to kind of keep it so that there's not going to. I thought about all this, right? I thought, well, I'll keep backgrounds minimum. So it'd be a case it would always be like a plain background, but if he was in, say, a shop, there would be a till and maybe some things. So there wouldn't be a full scene of a shop. But I think I'm going to try it. I say I'm working the next couple of days, but I'm off 4 and then if I'm in, I've got a wee kind of bit of time. And I think if I just start that first one, if I do it once a week, kind of plan out my days so it happens every Wednesday or something. And we can then create like this wee adventure for this cat. And see where he goes. And just see how dark twisted the internet's imagination is, because he's going to end up somewhere dark and twisted probably pretty quick.
Definitely within like the first week.
Aye.
I guarantee it.
Like cat walks into a blender. Can't really go there. If he dies, that's it. It ends. That's going to be the thing. I might even add that in. I just added that there. If he dies, it's game over. Or we go back to the start. What does a blade collector look like? Somebody with a lot of blades. I've just drew a wee guy with him sticking out his collar and that. I think I might have to put a hand in this guy and all with a knife in it. He's bald. He's obviously bald because we shaved our head with our many blades. Aye, that was my wee idea. I've actually been thinking something like that for ages, you know, and I couldn't ever think of how to make it interactive without being too much. Like I started off, it was dead complicated because I was going to let people pick what the character had on them and what they were wearing, and then it was just starting to get far too convoluted. I think this isn't going to be fun. It's not even fun for me just thinking about it. Why is it going to be fun for anybody to want to figure out what happens? Can you tell that they're all blades in his jacket?
Aye. What, here? Aye, you can tell the blades
No,
inside the jacket.
down below.
Well, I thought it was his arms.
No, it's going to be blades.
Oh, right. Well, well, once you start putting the bit, I can see now that you're putting bits in them. I can see that that's blades. I thought, see, when they were just like shapes, I thought they were his arms sticking up.
Gave him a wee button, but it needs to be a wee blade shaped button, doesn't it? So how is your leg anyway? Now that's us after 10.
Fucking painful. Very, very painful.
I told you
I've been
you're
trying
too
to
old
put
for
weight
that
in
stuff, man.
Aye, man, definitely. But I was sitting the other night and I was like, I should have definitely maybe tried to drop a bit of weight before I decided to go doing fucking Call of Duty style 360 turns.
Was everybody egging you on? Was it peer pressure? Is that what happened?
No, everybody else is fucking doing it. That's
Everybody else in this class is 8 to 13.
Oh, it's mate, you're close. That's quite close to the truth, actually. I know it was like a mixed class, but it was just, aye, definitely, man. I'm just been sitting about for far too long to go and try and jump in and throw your body about like that, man. I think just going to the gym is difficult for people, you know, when they've been sitting for like years and years and years doing a job where you're sitting in your backside most of the time.
Well, I don't in my job. But see if I go upstairs and then forget to get something and come back down, even that's hard for me.
Oh, jeez, man.
Like, I need to go back up base stairs. There's like 16 of them. Oh no. Maybe if I just wait here, somebody else will go up the stairs and I can ask them to get me.
See, I've just been sitting for far too long. Just not since it's been like 3 years nearly since we had a dog as well.
Right.
And like I feel that. I can feel that because usually when you've got a dog you just kind of slightly take for granted how much exercise you get just passively, you know. we just taking the dog out. You're taking the dog out for a walk. You're taking the dog out so that the dog can get exercise and do the toilet and stuff. You're not really thinking about exercising yourself.
Aye.
Because sometimes you're just like heavy pissed off walking down the road in the pissing rain, like just like, oh, come on, do the toilet, hurry up. But you're out getting exercise, so aye. So basically, it boils down to I don't think I was fit enough to start in the first place. Certain martial arts is definitely there's definitely a certain level of fitness that you have to have before you go and try and take part.
Don't know, I think you could have maybe done like the warm ups and stuff like that, but when you told me that's what you tried to do, I was like, eh.
Aye, fuck, I wouldn't have tried that. I'll be honest with you. See, when I was like, when he said what we were going to do, because it was shuttle runs before that, and I was like, shuttle runs, cool. But as soon as he said what we were going to do, I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. But saying that, there's been quite a few things that I didn't think I was able to do, and I've kind of proved myself wrong in the past 4 months. And
This is all the thoughts that went through your head when he told you to do this, wasn't it? I can't do this.
yes, mate.
I can do this. You can do
Aye.
this, Billy. That's what's going on in your head. You can do this.
Yeah.
You are a champion.
You can do this.
You're not 16 stone, unfit, middle-aged man. Crack.
Aye.
Crumble to the
Pops
ground.
out, knee pops out, I fall on the ground on top of it, it pops back in again. Oh man. Look, honestly, one of the worst pains I've felt in my entire life. But I'm not saying it's the worst pain in the world, obviously, because I'm not even going to challenge a woman in childbirth at all. I've been there twice.
It's so vast.
Seen
It's
it happen.
overrated. Too
You
fake.
better sleep with one eye open tonight, man.
I already know that comment. I'll be sleeping down the stair. Seeing this first panel. What's going on with that there? What's that?
That's him knocking the door. That's him outside of the door.
Aye, no, I know that bit. I know that. What's that there?
Oh, that's your wee guy.
Right, I did.
Right, sorry. I left that space. I put that space because I thought he had a wee round head at first.
He did. He's had about 35 different heads. His head's changed so many times since we started this.
Right, well.
That's all right, man.
What I'll do then, I'll rub out this bottom bit here like this, and then you can just draw in what you want for there.
Alright, that will be fine. Like, see, I was probably, oops. See, I would maybe take his quality a bit there, so he's coming from behind.
Sorted.
Alright, now I'll just draw wee knives and that's tightened up. Alright, I'll just draw it and then you can change it as we go. Try and make it so they're just kind of sticking out. So, how did your draw me a robot thing go?
Oh, it went very well, man. It went very well. There was a lot of cool entries. A lot of really good entries, man.
My favourite didn't win. Obviously mine. No.
I knew you
There was that.
say that.
There was that one, the one with the isometric view looking down. I think he got down to the last three. It was him, Defunct, and the guy that won it. But I did really like that one, man.
There was so many really cool ones. Ben Grabotic, he did like 2.
Right.
He did like 2, and it was like it's just that style with the watercolours. It's just really cool. It looks really well rendered. Almost like a children's book kind of style. Like
I'm not too sure if
painting in it.
Not too sure if I know what ones it was.
But they were all excellent.
Aye, man.
They were all really, really good, man.
It was really nice. I think the calibre of work that comes out of that's always brilliant.
It is, and I was kind of a wee bit worried at first because I didn't know if I'd maybe, because I did 3 robots instead of just doing the kind of 1. I don't know if I'd have made it a wee bit too much, but there was a lot of people that took part, so I was happy. People were happy, and I've nearly finished the guy's I Am Zoo Artist, the person was it that won.
Right,
nearly finished the stuff. nearly finished the stuff for them to send them away. And I was kind of relieved when I found out it was somebody from the UK that won.
You see when you were seeing it sending cans and stuff, I'm like, oft.
I was like, oh no.
Defunct, I'm sure because you got into like the semis, you'll get some sort of care package. Surely, was a
Oh man, if you send me your address, man, I'll send you some sketch cards.
Do you know what one I thought was cool? I don't know if you can see this one here. It looked like a sticker and it was like all kind of painted and sketched. See, like when you go into the person's page, well, their drawings are nothing like it. I think that's nuts because I think it's like that's the one I thought you were talking about, like the kids drawing, like a kids book. And I thought
Oh
it was
right,
cool as end,
uh-huh.
man. It was a Rafa Yama, but the stuff on their page isn't anything like that at all. But it's brilliant. Really liked it.
I don't even know what is this thing that I've just drew. It's rubbish.
I
I've
seen
got one
that.
of the nights.
Zero, me and you were against each other. Who did you vote for? Before I tell you who I voted. So what's going to be in the last panel up the top right here? Can you do text in this? You can't, can you not?
Oh, you can write it.
Yeah, I know, but that seems so
I've,
primitive now that we've had text and Procreate for so long. I mean, I used to write all my text. See the new
I still use. Oh, sorry, what we say?
the new Procreate update.
No.
There's a new one coming with this N1 chip for the new iPad.
Uh-huh.
So it looks like you're going to be like drawing 3D objects. To be honest, I'm not really too sure what it was saying, but it seems cool. I think it's maybe like a step forward for the drawing in your face kind of thing.
Oh right, so like you're not actually going to have to transform anything when you're drawing. Like if you draw, you'll be able to just like draw on the surface of it. Like
Aye, aye.
that's cool.
I say these old kinds of things either do look cool, and I got a new iPad because my last one kind of packed in more or less. Which see that way I feel as if I just bought a new one, and then they've got a new one out. And the thing with iPads is the prices don't really change that much, so the new one's going to be just similar to the one I just got. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Gutting.
I know you're just like, what? How could you not have waited to break?
How could you not broke 8 months later? Defunct says that'd be amazing, man. Thanks very much.
Aye, definitely would. I'll
Uh,
send
zero
you the
voted.
sketch card.
Zero voted for himself. I didn't vote for anybody in that one, man. I had to get my missus to tell me who was winning. And when she told me I was winning, so I didn't vote. If I wasn't winning, I'd have voted me.
Hey, I've never voted myself in the Draw Me a Robot thing, so I think it's detestable.
Hey,
I'm kidding on, I've totally done it.
I just vote for the one that I like the best. I mean, I can't help it if I like what I draw. By the way, that's something that people who draw need to get over. Because you see a lot of people that do draw, they don't like what they draw, even when they draw stuff that's good. Which is a weird, if you know what I mean.
Mate, it's the story of my life.
And people talk about, oh, I don't like it, and then you just, that's something that artists need to go over. Because you're far too judgmental on yourself.
It's the biggest thing. I think it's the biggest thing, man. It's that it's one thing that I've loads of artists that I've spoken to. That's one of the biggest things to get over for all of them. Is at one point you'll be drawing something, or like you might still think that, but you might still put the stuff out there, or you might, you know. But it's something that holds a lot of people back. It held me back for a long time. I putting anything out publicly, anything, trying to sell anything.
Aye.
I was just sitting like a wee hermit, just drawing things.
I say, get over it. What's on you going?
No, continue.
No, I was I thought you'd finished there. He says that we hear him at drawing things, and then there's a pause. I talk over you too much.
No,
Just finish what you were saying.
I was,
It gets
I was
awkward now.
finished.
I say go over it, but the only way I go over it is Claire double checks all my lot before I do anything with it. Claire, is this good enough? No, it's not. His head's too small. No, it's not. You need to do this. So technically, all my artwork like isn't just me. It's like 50-50 with me and Claire. She's behind me the house and like, put that line there. So just rub it out. What is that? It doesn't look like a shield. Aye, so it's funny to say that. You always still everything you draw is all Claire, what does this look like? Is this alright? But aye, it says it's some
I,
get over it. I think it's if you can get over that, you're doing well. I'm not just saying get over it. That sounds different. That's a good thing. I think.
no,
Start
if you get
enjoying
over
your
that,
work.
yeah, you're doing really well if you can go over that, man. Because it's. I mean, you spend so much time in something, and I think it's just that fear of somebody turning around and saying to you, you know what? See what you do? Bullshit.
That's not very good, aye.
You're a fucking. You ever seen that? You ever seen that video? The wee guy shouting at the guy playing the saxophone.
No.
It's like this guy's playing a saxophone outside of some public building, and there's this strange man just shouting him in the middle of the street, and he's like, "You're worthless! You're worthless! You're a fraud! Never go anywhere! Never go anywhere! Stop!" And he's like acting like he's going to hit him with this wee black bag that he's carrying,
Aye.
and he's just shouting it in the middle of the street. I think that's kind of in my head years ago. That's basically what I thought when I would draw something, and I'd look at it and go, "Oh, this is bullshit. This is a piece of shit." And then I'd have other people saying, "Oh no, that's really good," and I'd be like, "No, it's not. No, it's not." And then just like you said, once you get past that, then I think it really helps. I was talking about it the other night, like that was saying to my partner, it's just really good how many people over the past couple of years that I've met, that are kind of like-minded as far as art goes, and it's good to get feedback from other people who you look at their work and you respect their work as well. Do you know what I mean? It's really good,
Aye.
and it kind of pushes you on a wee bit further. Does it make you so?
It's an artist that you kind of look up to as well. It's like it's kind of a wee segue there. It's like I done that Dino Versus thing, and Ewan done one, and that was like a wee giddy girl. Like, ooh. I normally pay him to draw things for me, and he's doing something for free. It's mad to think that like people that you look up to are even getting involved in things you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like Hatch being in this. I mean, I've followed Hatch for years. Hatch just started following me when we done that Illustrator World Series, and even then it was kind of weird. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. Like, weird people. Aye, it's just weird. There's a lot of chat going on here with it.
Oh.
The last four were really good. Hard to choose between the entries, but I think Defunct is a favourite. Defunct was good, man. Like the kind of scale it all. It was pretty cool. Hellbound says he struggles with that himself, with the kind of talking himself out his work. But he says it's a learning curve and moves on. What you find is, see everything you draw, somebody's not going to like it.
Aye, definitely. So if you draw something and you like it, and you go to put it out, if anything says to you at any point while you're going to post that, don't post it. Punch yourself in the balls really hard. Just as soon as that happens, punch yourself in the balls really hard and you never do it again. It's true. True.
I think I'll avoid doing that one.
Well, mate, just I'm trying to give tips here.
Aye, aye, that's a good one. To punch yourself.
In the balls, man. You forgot that bit.
Sorry, aye. Aye, because I know that, like, I feel as if I've got this kind of weird. Sometimes I'll draw like a right serious robot. I say a right serious robot, I'll have a reduced track on or something, they'll be wearing a floating baseball cap. But I feel as if there's like this, and I put up like a pink cat flying like on a unicorn. And there's definitely people
Mhm.
that follow me that must think, what is this nonsense? That must not like. I like the two styles. Do you know what I mean? I like the two things. I
Uh huh.
like when I bring the both of them together, which I do as well. But there must be people that, or even maybe there's people that follow me for the cats and stuff, and then I maybe draw a skull that's been broke up into hundreds of pieces and think, what is that? Where's the cat? Where's the pink cat with the hat on?
Where's the fucking cats, mate? You look at guy.
Yes. So I think even things like that, you're kind of, don't know my point. You know, do rambling now. You know what I mean?
No,
I'm just not good at finishing
you know, I
sentences. I
know.
can start them, but just no end them.
Mate, I'm not 100% with it right now.
That's fine. It seems to be. I'm able to get on with you more now than that. So we're on the same level now. When you've been like drugged up loads.
So this guy's like, yeah, mate, like buy some lunch.
I've just went ahead and drew quite a lot, so I've got a funny feeling your drawing might be even slower than normal.
Possibly.
Yeah, let's zoom out and see where we are. Shady wee guy. Oh, he's good.
No, like that. I'm going to reboot the
No, do you know
right
what?
hand side. There.
Hellbound, I seen that was coming up and I meant to watch it, do you know that? And then I just forgot all about it, but I seen people were posting stuff up. I don't know if
What's
it's.
this?
Oh, sorry. Views was doing that thing for Yardworks.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch it?
No, I did not, man. I
You
did
see
not.
you in there as if you'd. Oh, aye, that, aye,
I
aye.
did not.
No.
No, no. I did no. I didn't. I didn't watch it. I know views, but I didn't. I didn't watch it. Um, yeah, like his stuff's incredible, man. He's always been one of the guys in the Glasgow scene that like I've always been blown away
Fantasy that he
with his
does.
illustrative work. It's illustrative stuff, man.
You seen?
It's fantasy way. It's it's fantasy, but like in a graffiti, in a like a really, he's got a really strong kind of graffiti style about his illustration as well.
Aye, because it was just
You know what I mean?
the pictures. I didn't know who he was. But I say I'm totally out at that loop. I don't know anybody or things like that. I find it hard to figure out who comes through where. But his stuff was cool, man. It was like a big topless guy with a sword on a horse. Do you know what I mean? And it was everything just looked really. It was like pencil sketches. I like pencil drawings. I think me and you have spoke
His
about that for it.
pencil
It's like
stuff's
pencil.
incredible.
Aye, it just looks really nice.
Um, I remember when I did Secret Wolves back in 2013. It was I was dead excited, right, to get chosen to go and actually compete, and then um, it came out who I was up against in the first round, and I was up against views in the first round, and I was like, are you kidding me on? You actually kidding me on? Um, but I won.
That's what it's been.
and
Yeah.
yay, and I was like, but again, I believe I only won that day because
Pity vote. People felt sorry for you.
because he was no, because he was talking to like all the other boys were all sitting at the front, and like he was kind of drinking and having a laugh and talking while I was frantically painting like a madman
Aye.
to try and use up the hour and a half as much as I possibly could. Do you know what I mean? But it was cool, man. Like even at that, I was just like, I totally didn't deserve to win there. Cheers.
That just comes back to the whole doubting your artwork again. Well done. Full look. So you should always have confidence in your
Full
artwork,
there you
guys.
go.
You just went on about how you were, how you should, and then went right back there.
I know.
You
That
should
was a
have
way back in
confidence in your art.
2013. That was back in those times. That was back in those times where everything was a little darker, you know,
Aye.
when it comes to your work. But aye, man, he's definitely one of the illustrators that I love all his work. I think it's brilliant. I'd love to see more of it. Do you know what I mean? Because I know he doesn't post a lot of that stuff on social media,
Right.
and I'd like to kind of see more of it. That's why I used to love going to jams and stuff like that when I was younger. See everybody painting, but don't do that stuff.
I totally just missed that whole scene, man. It's for Coat Bridge, so we were just into indie music. Spent all my time going to rubbish gigs, rubbish bands.
You missed the boat, man.
Aye.
No, used to be pals with me sooner. Could have made you cool, man.
I think you mean cool off. Cool off. By the way, see like Secret Walls? Just pass over this one, right? No subject. No. See Secret Walls? Is that's like that's just a company in it that travel about doing these gigs. There isn't like a thing that's
Monorex.
so like, there isn't like a Glasgow Secret Walls that's on every week or anything like that.
No. Monorex are pardon me. They're a company. I don't know what kind of company they are exactly. I don't know if they're just like a creative company or a lifestyle company or whatever. But they do have artists that they've got in a roster, and they do like big productions and stuff like that. And Konzo was on the roster for Monorex away back in 2010, I think it was. 2010, 2011, he went over to LA and did a couple of big paints with them over there. Painted like for Reebok and Red Bull, did a Red Bull thing and everything. And they basically back then for the artists that they had on their roster, they were letting those artists like hold not secret wars, but because secret wars is the kind of thing that they hold by themselves, but they were kind of franchising almost and doing secret walls, and so Konzo held the first secret walls in Glasgow, and that was like what 2013. Then there was only one of them.
I mean, because it seems.
No, wait, that's a lie. There wasn't only one of them. There was two. There was 2 years they did it. Because I'm sure the first year there was a big fight. I'm sure the first year there was a big huge fight in the final. Because
Like a fight, like a real.
Artists, no, like a proper fight. Because one of the artists went far too far when he was doing obviously it's a battle. So this artist went like super personal when he drew when he was doing his piece against the other artist. He went like super personal, and it was shocking. It was actually a wee bit shocking.
But were you at it?
No, I wasn't at it that year. I was at it the year after. They weren't even sure if they were going to do it again because it was a riot the last time.
Because it's just when the things in it, like say, like as we want to battle, we want to make sure you have fun in that, but it's how when somebody doesn't really know when not to cross the line in it. Like, so I work with people and you know that they don't understand that, like they don't unintentionally mean to do say things, but you think, oh man.
Aye, no boundaries.
Aye.
What was it my dad would call them? Tacky booted bastards.
Tacky de bookie.
Tacky booted, like just like big clunky boots. They don't
Right.
care about anything. They don't care about the kind of conversation. You just kind of wade into it and go, oh, that's what I think.
Wait, are we talking about me again? Is this... Aye, some people just don't really know when to shut up.
Yep.
Do you guys...
My daughter's like
That's fine, that's a kid. I mean, there's a difference. Because it's when you're an adult, you're a grown person that's supposed to be doing grown person things. Let's see here. Zero says, do you guys do any warm-ups or do you go straight in anyway? I don't think I do warm-ups. Aye. I know I watch a lot of videos and people say this is warm-ups to do and they'll draw circles and shapes, but I've not drew anything. I drew something this morning. I drew that kind of wee dinosaur thing, shooting a laser into a crab thing in a city. But that was like, it was like 10 hours ago. And I've not drawn anything since then. So, I don't think that's...
I drew a dinosaur today. And from my son, and I'm sure I drew the Hulk at some point.
It's just like a daily thing.
Today as well. Aye. But that's about it. No, like, what do you mean just in general? Like, before we go and draw, or just before we come and do this?
It's funny now because see, we're still not used to this Twitch because both of us are there and they're waiting for a reply.
Aye.
Sitting, just waiting. They don't think there's like a 30-second delay, so I never ever do warm ups ever. I think maybe my sketching is my warm up because like I know we're doing the things see like we're doing the 5-minute drawings. You know, like using the one layer. I like to use pencil. So I do. I'll go through all that kind of whole. I'll try and draw just in ink, and I'll dabble in it. But I never finish a drawing like that thinking that's as good as what it would have been if I had pencil. Do you know what I mean? I'd have definitely been better using pencil. So is that technically like my warm up? I don't know. But there's no kind of drawing squiggles and circles and stuff like that.
There's nothing like to draw here.
What you drawing there? It says more like listening up before stream. No, nothing.
No.
I wrote notes.
I think
some of them are squares.
I think I'm looking to tighten up a wee bit more than I'm loosening up. so I don't know. I think when you like, I'll do warm ups or whatever if I'm going to sit and I've got like a couple of hours of drawing ahead of me. If I know I'm sitting doing something in particular.
So what would you do is it for a warm up?
Like, basically, if I'm going to be working with colour or something, right? Maybe something that I'm not 100% with. If it's line work and stuff like that, I don't really bother like with the warm up stuff for that. But if it's colour or if I'm digitally painting something, then I'll go in and I'll mess about with I'll mess about with kind of values and I mess about with values and kind of colour schemes um, and then like make a wee something up. Do you know, like come out with a piece. There's a lot of things I posted in Instagram where if like for instance if I have been doing a commission and it's like something ink, then I do go in and have a wee doodle like beforehand and draw a couple of wee things, but they're no particular. They don't have to be related to whatever it is. It's just I like to make sure the ink in my pen is coming out properly. I mean, it might sound really stupid,
No,
but
no,
I like to make sure that it's flowing properly through the pen and I've got the right kind of paper and everything.
I definitely know what you mean by that, because I'll have, like, if I'm drawing traditional, I'll always have something at the side. You're saying I'll draw, like, my pen, I'll make sure it's inked up right, and then not want to start drawing a line and then it goes all dry, that kind of thing.
Yes.
That's it. I tend to think, I've not done, as I say, so you don't do the kind of traditional warm ups that you see people doing on like, YouTube and stuff. Have you seen that? Like people draw circles and they'll draw squares and
No.
draw lines and stuff.
Are they psychopaths?
Draw lines.
Whoa,
Just draw.
whoa.
That's what it does. Just draw lines and then maybe draw the line come towards you. And then like, let's see your circles. Let's practice your
look,
circles.
just trying to get.
Listen up.
Oh, that stuff all kind of comes. I think because I don't really draw like a whole circle when I'm drawing things because of the way I draw. I don't. There's never really a time when I go right. Okay, here we go. That's a perfect circle. There we go. There's my perfect circle, people.
Oh,
have a look at that. Gazing it with
wait,
all
wait,
its
wait.
glory. Right.
See, like saying that in fact, right? So they draw circles and lines. I'm thinking, see if I draw a circle and a line, right? Watch this. Right, I'll draw it quite big. I'll draw it in red. It's 90% of my artwork right there, guys. Just lines and circles. That's it. That's a warm up. Maybe I've been doing them all along.
Doing it wrong. Everybody's been doing it wrong.
you just monetize your warm ups by giving them smiley faces. Oh, it was this it now. She's got to be dead awkward to get this pen back to the way it was now, innit?
Gifts earlier on. It was surprising. My father-in-law came up and he gave me these books. Now these books have been sitting in his house for since I met my partner, which is like 15 years ago. I remember seeing these books, but I never just went and like kind of took them out the bookcase and looked at them because like that's just rude. Do you know what I mean? You don't fucking do that when you go into somebody's house. Just go like, oh, look at that book. That's really cool. Just take it out and read it.
Start
So,
looking through it and that.
right. So
Bending the spine.
they've just always been sitting in this bit, like kind of this wee bookcase beside the couch, and like I thought, just I'd looked at them maybe about 10 years ago. I'd said to him, "Is there fantasy books under there?" And so I'd had a wee look at them like that week, and it's been about 10 years since I've seen them, and they just said to me the other day, "Do you want them?" And I was like, he said, "I'm just going to throw them out if not." And I was like, "No, give me them." They're like 1970s, right? They're perfect condition. Like they just look like they've just been bought at the shop, and it's fantasy art techniques,
Aye.
and it's like proper Frank Frazetta kind of style stuff. Hard Curves, one of them's called. The Fantasy Art of Julie Bell, and Soft as Steel as well, the Art of Julie Bell. And like I didn't know who Julie Bell was before I seen these, and like my God, this stuff's incredible. It's like the kind of old, like proper fantasy art, proper like oil painting.
I know what you mean. Like it's going to be kind of like everybody's bronzed up and oily looking.
Yes, mate. Yes, everybody looks sweaty and as if they've been fighting for days on end.
Aye, like if you think you're like Arnie and Conan,
Yes, aye, that's it. That's it.
so I like stuff like that. I remember watching somebody drawing. It was Dungeons and Dragons card. Like, kind of, it's kind of newer, but they look that kind of fantasy, but everything's hyper realistic, but stylized. And they draw, let's see, like the cards, Dungeons and Dragons cards. You see him painting it, but he paints it in like an A1 size,
Yes,
and then
aye.
it's
He gets
shrunk down
painted
into.
with shrunk. Aye.
I think that's nuts, man. Like I don't.
It's mental. To, on you go, sorry.
I don't really. I'm not a massive fan of art like that, but seeing the process of it's cool. Like watching people doing that, I could be right into that. Like I'd say, let's say,
Oh, aye,
I'd like to read technique books. I'd be interested in the techniques, but I wouldn't be a fan of an art book like that. I don't know. It's weird, even though I can appreciate it.
I see a lot of the time, but in these art books, like especially the old ones, did they give away technique? They give away wee tips and tricks and stuff like that, and how they used to sit, like how they used to paint, or what their setup was, or what their paints were. Or, I know things have changed a lot, but I mean you cannot deny results. Do you know what I mean? You can't deny results. It doesn't matter if you like you get a guy and he's drawing a picture with like a 20 quid pencil, and there's a guy that's drawing a picture with a like 10 for a pound pencil.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? And the guy who's drawing with the cheap pencil produces something that's absolutely stunning. You can't deny results.
I know. I think
So
all these guys that do the fantasy art, they're all brilliant artists. They say it's just no my cup of tea. But I'm not really into. I don't know. I'm not really into that kind of whole genre as a whole. Apart from, I don't.
aye,
Like it doesn't appeal to me. It feels weird though, 'cause I say that and then I don't really know what genre I'm into. Marvel, just do that now. I'm getting older. I like less things. Superheroes, that's it. Whereas I did used to like. I remember buying Dungeons and Dragons and all that. I used to read Dungeons and Dragons books.
aye. But then you get to a certain age, man. You hang about with the wrong people, and they turn and go, what you did? What's that? You're like, what?
Aye.
Oh
It's
no, I
not.
don't think that.
It's not. It's not Dungeons and Dragons. It's that book magazine that I couldn't remember the name of. But Cars, that car magazine.
Max Power.
Max Power.
Is that right?
Damn, it'd have been better if
Is
I
that
came out
right?
with that.
God. I remember my brother when he was about 8 or 9, and he was like really into cars. He loved cars, and he got my mum to buy him Max Power, right? Now I don't know if you'd ever seen anything magazines before about how they were like kind of big in the topless models.
Aye,
Um,
aye, aye.
right, and I remember she must have bought him. She bought him quite a few of them, and and she was like shouting me in one day, and she was absolutely disgusted. She was cleaning up his room, and she found one of the posters, and she's like, "You can't leave things like this lying about. Your brother finds them," and I'm just like, here's me at like 18. I was like, "That's not mine.
It's you
That's
that
for the magazine you bought."
you buy them. Them.
Me buying him that. She just like, she was horrified. She was absolutely horrified. She was like, "I'm going to go and have to tell the shop, but I'm going to have to tell the person that works in the shop that I didn't know that." I was like, "No, you're not. You don't have to go and explain yourself to these random people. They don't really care." I doubt the person that runs the shop's read the magazine, to be honest with you.
It's probably one of the biggest magazines of the time too.
I know. Of the time, is it still even out?
No, I don't think so. I think I was talking to somebody about it not long ago. 2 seconds, man. Somebody's asking for the Discord link. How do I do that again? Are you able to do that, Phil? Are you able to check your Discord, Spaceboy?
Yes.
Check that out then, because the Funk's just put one up. It has. Obviously, his standard. That's awesome, man.
I love it. Love it. Do you know how he's giving me child catcher vibes for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
I only seen that for the first time not long ago. Right, I'm going to try and copy that into that.
Really? And then quickly decided you'll never ever watch it again?
Do you know what? I can't even really remember watching it now. Like I say a while ago, it's since having kids, and the time just kind of flies when you've got kids, so it's been in the last 6 years. Aye, really nice work, man. Right, I'm trying to take this in, right? Here. I think that should be it. With my brains, I think that should be there. Is anybody watching any other Twitch streams, art streams? There's a guy, anybody know who Corporate is?
Who?
Corporate. He does Corpfest.
Oh yes, that's right.
He does a Twitch stream. I think he just calls himself
I
Corp, doesn't he? Corp.
Aye.
It's funny because I do pronounce it weird. I do say it's strange. I don't say corporate as if you were just saying that. I say corporate.
I thought you said cork, like a cork in a bottle. I was like, that's why I said what? I was like, what? I don't know what you mean.
He does a stream on a Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. I'm sure it is. I've missed the last because of my works that I missed two, but watched the one before that. It was good, man. I recommend anybody that's on Twitch to check him out if you're looking for something to watch on a Wednesdays. His stuff's ridiculously clean, man. Let's see if I can show you this here. Did I show you this last week? Am I just going through the same thing again? My head's pickled in it. See if you can see how tidy that is. Don't know how blurry that looks for you. It looks like photoshopped. It looks digital, but it's not. Definitely recommend you checking him out. His stuff's good. I think he only does like about an hour, 2 hours as well. It's not one of the kind of massively long ones. So, you hear me, Spaceboy?
Aye, sorry man, I do hear you. I was kind of zoned out there, mate. I apologise. We'll go them all.
What you deciding here? You just deleted everything.
Aye. Decided now since some individual pieces are better.
I don't get it. I feel as if these blade. What was it called again? The blade, like not the knife tradesmen or the knife salesmen, are all getting a bad rep. I mean, why can't it be a nice happy wee guy? You might have somebody that's just been kind of down his luck and that was the only job he could get. Stereotypes, guys. This is what's happening here. This is a generation that's supposed to be doing away with that.
Well, we're stereotyping the fuck out of this guy, then.
Oh. Right, I know it looks as if you've done that in pen 0 right, because I can even see that the binders and everything right. Is that done in pen? Because you don't see you posting in that very often. It's usually digital stuff you're sharing. something that does look quite digital about it still. Again, looking shady, all evil. That's your wee character, isn't it? This is like the Zero Goblin. Or it looks brilliant though, man. Really nice. I suppose he could be selling knives legit totally. He just looks a bit shady going about it. Aye, 'cause was that other thing like that whole group? That's like that corporate is he think is about with is it Snub? Is that the guy that does the squares?
Uh huh.
And that My Dog Size as well.
Uh huh.
And have you seen that thing? But the Lexus ad. Yeah. No.
Yes.
Right. It's just
Yes, mate. Fuck, mate. Look, big corporations are fucking dicks for that. It happens a lot.
aye. So where is that? Do you notice that in that's in a
Eh,
property in it? That's actually in somewhere. That's not out in the street.
no, I think it's I think it's a big production role they did. It must be some yard or something that's in. Must be. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like if say the person, say somebody had paid for the work to be done. You know what I mean? Somebody had paid for €1 to be done,
Aye.
and then Lexus had went blah blah. You know, they're obligated to credit the artist right off the bat. Do you know
Aye.
what I mean?
Aye.
And if it was something just on some random wall that they had went and they'd found an abandoned wall to kind of like to paint on, then you know you would it would just be courtesy for the company as big as Lexus with the amount of money that Lexus has got, to come and say, hey guys, we're going to use your thing in our ad. Would like to pay you so that we can feature your work in the ad. But didn't they?
But what makes it even worse is how they framed the whole ad. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if it's just the bottom corner of that artwork. It's framed so that the artwork's 90%
Prominent,
of the picture. It's not like it's just a wee small part of it. It's like the main thing. It's a shame for the lassie that's actually done that work for it. I mean, this could be like a big deal for her, and I feel like I've been kind of following it on social media to see what they're saying on the different pages, and most of the conversation is about how anytime Lexus posts anything about it, it's all, don't you think you should be crediting these artists? And that lass must have been buzzing too, do you know what I mean?
Oh, what the girl that was standing there beside the car?
She does like paper folding.
Well, they should have maybe rented a warehouse out and go to the folder as a fucking paper.
It's not her fault,
I think
that's
that
what I mean. It's no.
I know this is what I mean. It's like it's not her fault at all. It's stupid decisions being made creatively, obviously, with whoever that was making the advert, whoever came up
Aye.
with the campaign. They've made like I don't know. They all seem very presumptuous. I've heard that a lot with big companies. When they want people. We discussed this last week, I think, as well.
Did we?
When they want people, I think we did, man. Like when they want people to work for them, they're like, well, we could be really cool. Like, you said you did stuff for record company,
Aye.
and they sent you like a big goodie bag. Right, that's awesome. That is awesome. That's them crediting you for the work that you've done, and um, it should be the same in any way, but especially like see big companies like Lexus.
Aye.
You know, like they sell one of their products, man, that they're getting like 40 grand. Do you know what I mean? And how many do they sell per year? So they're worth a lot of money. Um, so like paying paying the artists that they were using their art in the background, paying them for their work,
Would have been nothing.
or just it would have been nothing for them. It'd have been nothing for them. It'd have probably been less than the bill that the executives spend when they go to fucking that Salt Bay's restaurant. You know what I mean? Fucking, because I guarantee you they do.
Aye, it feels as if if they thought about it, it'd have been probably a lot less hassle as well.
It would have been it would have been incredibly easy for them to do it, but you know they don't consider these things because the it just appears that the artist in general doesn't really matter. A graffiti artist in particular, it happens a lot with graffiti artists, and it kind of needs to stop because you know they can't get away with using an illustrator's work, somebody that's got stuff in Behance, and it's the equivalent of them just going onto one of these sites, taking something they like, and using it.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Like it's the exact same thing. But
Imagine
they
me
don't think about it like that because it's in a public place.
start advertising all my stuff on Alexis. Just start using this advertising. It'd just be me.
Aye,
They wouldn't like that.
no,
And they'd be quick enough to shut everything down. You just
yep.
like that one there. Hellbound's put up his. Feels as if Hellbound that's got to have a part two. He's like he's got a wee head going up to a door and it looks like Crocodile Dundee. It's like, do you want a blade for a score? And he's doing and he pulls out and says, that's not a knife. This is a knife.
This is not a knife. This is a knife. I apologise for my poor performance tonight, man. I'm just
You're heavily medicated.
mate, I'm finding it kind of difficult just to watch. See, when I'm painting, when I'm trying to draw here, I'm looking at the tip of my pencil where I'm drawing, and I'm seeing the wee circular cursor for the for magma, and it's fucking me up because every time I move, there's a wee bit of delay in the wee cursor, and I'm watching this wee circle go slower than my pen tip, and it's a bit hypnotic.
What we've got to do to add even pressures, we've got to zoom right into what you're drawing right now in the live stream. Everybody just watch.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
We'll zoom right into this mouth, everybody enjoying this. This is where I wish we had icons. I'd like everybody give me a grin in the chat and we could be putting my icons in just to make it even more stressful for you. And it'd make a noise that you could hear too. You putting wee ghost faces on them?
No.
Got to zoom in even more. Right in. This is the quality art these are coming for, guys. See, you're rushing and everything. Stressing out. I'll zoom back
Yeah,
out.
man, I'm kind of fragile right now, mate. I might die.
That would go down well, surely. Wait a minute, I feel as if this wee guy down here. a wee bundle of money, I think. So when do you think we'll be finished our comic? Did any's back the one? I should remember names. Just finished today.
Richard Morgan? Yes. Aye.
That finished
I
today.
did, mate. I did, mate. I did. It's Glam and Glam.
Aye.
Aye. Aye, I did, man. It's going to be awesome. He also did a cover for Earls.
Brilliant.
He's done a cover for Earls as well, man.
That's good now. I feel even better for supporting it as well.
I said.
I'm
sure
just
I
kidding
said
on.
it.
I'm just kidding on.
Oh, right, okay. I'm sorry, mate. I'm not picking up my cues. You know, I'm kind of vulnerable. It's one of the weird things. Like when you take painkillers for something, you hurt you hurt your shoulder, and you're like, you take a couple of painkillers, you're like, the pain goes away. That's cool. You move on. You go through your day to day, and you don't really take them a lot. But see when you have to take them like a full dosage consecutively, day after day, like it just builds up, man, and you just end up stoating about like, what's happening?
I've never had to really do that, man. It's just no something.
Oh, it's awful, dude. It's awful. It's awful, man. You just lose time. It's awful.
The follower there, Tenchi, thanks for following us. Loving the stream, guys. You are hilarious most of the time. Oh no, wait, that's a different person. Casimir.
Oh.
Sorry. You're all mixed up there. I'm reading over two things. Don't know what that is either. Something's happening, man. There's too many noises going on now. Casimir.
What's screaming there?
Oh, it might be like the TV in the background. So Casimir says, love the stream, you are hilarious most of the time. And Tenchi says, hello, I'm studying English at Streams. Hope you enjoy the stream, Tenchi, but it might not be the best one for studying English, I don't think.
No, definitely not.
Oh, Defunct gifted 1 tier sub to Casimir. Awesome, man. That's brilliant. Cheers for that. I'm figuring out, do I need to do something at this end now, or does that just happen? Oh man, I'm going to have to watch a Twitch stream tutorial finish this.
You come in next week, a Twitch boss.
Aye, because I don't even know what's going on. See up the top of my screen, there's loads of wee boxes, and they've got like numbers on them, like wee parcels, like presents, and I don't know what to do with them.
Is there numbers in them? Because usually in games that means that you've got things.
I understand that, but see the thing is, let's see if this was a game I was playing, I'd be quite so content to click on them. See when you're on a live stream and there's people watching you and you don't really know what you're doing, and I don't know if they're going to make noises or do something else or...
Don't want to break it.
Like, what I need to try and do is, see the thing is, I can't figure out how to get into these stuff while not in a stream either. So it's not even as if I can come in and mess about while I'm not streaming. Is it like a scoreboard? I need to ask somebody that streams more than me. But aye, thanks a lot, man. Cheers, I really appreciate the support. There's something quite satisfying about people like enjoying what you're doing live rather than just kind of posting things. It's good fun. It's good fun interacting with people as well.
So I have to I'll definitely have to sort out Twitch so I can see the comments. I can never see them.
So like we talk about, we say the same thing every week. Yeah, that's definitely a conversation I'm sure we have every week.
Oh, dude, it totally is a conversation that we have every week. Totally is. It's one of those things that I'll say, I say, and they're like, right, I'm going to definitely go sort that out for next week. Definitely go sort that out for next week.
And then
Definitely
she's
go
saying,
sort that out for next week.
"Are you on the night?" And you're, aye. And then, is that the night already?
Totally. I woke up this morning and I was like, I was just, I felt like shit, man. I was like, man, fuck, I'm streaming tonight, aren't I? That's right, right. Okay, I better sort Twitch so I can see the comments.
I can see when I'm reading them back to you. Like I feel as if I'm reading them. I was like, why is he reading the comments out like this? Why is he not just reading them to himself? Can he only read things if he reads them out loud? It's like, well, I'm reading them because I'm reading them to Spaceboy.
Well, if you will, people shouldn't be so quick to judge you. That's that's it's terrible.
They probably aren't. They
Terrible
probably aren't
attitude
at all.
to take.
So I'm glad you managed to get the three small panels done.
Oh mate, I'm sorry. I apologize. You would I'll be honest, you'd have probably been better drawing yourself than
No,
me.
I don't think so. I think it's I like it. I normally this is the kind of time I say I definitely. If I say it first, it's fine. But when somebody else says it, I'm like, no, no, it's a joke. No, I think it's good. I like it. I think it's turned out well.
It's turned out pretty well. Oh, wait a minute. There's a big bit of drill coming at this guy's now.
I enjoy the. I'll go start giving just people nicknames based on just a word. Go brains. I enjoy the streams as well. I do like it. I like the whole kind of live aspect of having things happen. You know, I like drawing with Spaceboy at the same time as well. It gives it that, rather than me just doing it myself and just drawing a picture, which you're always doing. This is kind of a fun experience in its own.
Oh, definitely. Definitely, man. Definitely ask it. Can I give this wee guy down here individual key?
No. Normally I'm alright with most things, but no, we need that's the contrast to it all. Your guy's all horrible and creepy, my wee guy's massively happy and gullible. And far too keen on buying some knives. We've all got a mate like that, haven't we? Everybody's got a mate that buys knives. Or did have
That's
grown
me.
up, maybe not.
I don't have a mate like that because I'm the guy.
Have you bought a knife just based on solely on how it looked and not for any practical reason?
Well, they've always got practical reasons. So I suppose that they've always got practical reasons. So I suppose that I have never bought like I don't understand why people buy these like fantasy knives that have got like 6 blades on them or whatever, and you can't fucking hold them.
Like the ones out of Star Trek?
Well, what like was it a buy? How do you say that?
I don't know, but it's all coming out now, by the way. You own one of these, don't you?
Bailiff, one of those big ones, the 2-handled things that the the Klingons fight with.
Aye.
What are you talking about? Aye, Matt. I would have one of them. I don't though, but I would definitely mount it in my wall. Aye, definitely. Like, I actually had to.
What did you
Like,
say it was called?
I was ready. It starts with a B,
Aye, what were you saying though?
but I still don't think it's right. But bailiff or something.
Aye, no, that's it.
Is that it?
Aye. A
Alright,
BAT
okay.
and then a B apostrophe LETH. I'd say Bailiff as well. That's what I would
Bailiff.
have. I'm a
Well,
mad geek.
years, years ago, I had to check myself a wee bit because like, I was wanting to decorating the house, and uh, I almost spent like £300 on two spears and a shield for the back of the bed,
For like
for
crossing
like
them
above
over.
my bed. Like two spears and a shield, and I had them in
Private.
a basket and everything. And my partner was just like that. My partner's just like that. No, no fucking chance.
Claire, I hope
What
you're
are those
listening
for?
to
And I
this
was like,
because at least you only know I'm going to end up buying artwork that's going to be decent. At least I'm not buying spears and shields. And by the looks of it, it looks as if the font was buying zombie knives as well.
oh, I.
What's a zombie
Well,
knife?
I mean,
Is this like when it was everybody was up for a zombie apocalypse when it was like everybody thought it was going to happen? Like you were making plans about whose
listen,
mate's house you were going to go to?
any knife's a zombie knife.
I don't even know what a zombie knife is.
It's usually just like a normal. Um, it's a normal knife usually. They don't usually have a like a grip on them. It's usually just a whole tang, and they've got like uh, they usually get luminous green or luminous yellow in them somewhere, like paintwork. I'm
Really?
pretty sure.
So it's made to
Uh-huh.
look like a zombie. It's not like for taking out zombies.
Oh, it's made to like biohazard kind of. It's like biohazard signs and stuff like that on it usually. But there is a page here. This is me maybe saying too much. There's a page called Zombie Go Boom on YouTube, and they basically test out all these different weapons on one of the stupid like ballistic gel, like it's like a ballistic gel skin, and it's
Aye,
got
I know what you mean. Aye.
like a synthetic bone skull and everything in it, and they fill it up with juice or whatever, and they test out the things and that. But they actually make swords and knives and stuff, um, purposely for slaying zombies, even though zombies don't exist. We don't think yet anyway. But
But it's a good market to get involved in because even though people know they
oh aye,
don't, they're still quite content on getting things relating to them and fighting them.
oh aye,
So Hellbound knows the channel as
definitely.
well.
I live in Glasgow, so I mean,
Aye,
like it can like listen. See if everything went to shit. Like see if the government just totally collapsed. It would be a zombie apocalypse in Glasgow. It doesn't matter if they're trying to. They wouldn't be trying to eat you or anything like that. But it still would be. There's enough fucking junkies.
aye, elaborate blades that look bright and out of computer games. They were banned.
Yes, yes.
Aye, I
Oh, is
must
it
have.
like the CS:GO knives and stuff like that as well? I think they banned knives like that.
I must have missed all of this. I bet it was that art group of mates that you hung about who were on it that maybe. Knife bang.
No, it was my when I was growing up. My granddad was a gunsmith, and
Seriously?
he used to build cowboy guns like old western revolvers for target shooting.
Class?
It was like it was like it was gunslinging. It was like the old kind of like quick draw,
Aye, aye.
and you didn't fire proper bullets at the targets because the targets were balloons, right? You didn't fire bullets at them. It was just blanks, and it was all to do with how quickly you could blow the balloon up, how quickly you could pop the balloon and get your gun back in your holster.
Right.
So like they used to build guns specifically for that, and he had quite a few kind of he had like custom made knives for the leather and everything, and that kind of got me into it. I just used to think that was cool. Plus, always wanted a Highlander sword. Always. The sword for Highlander. Always.
Was that not just a big claymore? No, or am I just.
No, it was a samurai sword.
Was it?
Mhm.
It's called Highlander.
Aye, but like, aye, Conor McLeod was he was like he wasn't the very first. So, the I'm sure he forged it. What movie was it? He actually forged it. He forged one himself.
It's not. You know what? I don't
Sure
think
he
I've seen
had
the
one.
film since.
I've not watched them in years, man. I've not watched them in at least 15, 20 years.
I'm thinking I was still staying at my mum and dad's house. So I mean, I'm talking like 20 years old. I think the last time I watched it
Aye.
with my dad. So you're thinking back times where I seen the Dragonheart not long ago again. Didn't watch the whole thing, but see, and before I seen that, I remember that being awesome.
Uh-huh.
Remember it looking brilliant and everything.
And then you seen it and went, oh.
I couldn't even watch it. Either could.
Because the CGI is so bad in it.
Aye, man, it was so bad.
Oh man. There's quite a few films that I absolutely love. Like I Am Legend. I love I Am Legend, right? But they kinda dropped the ball with the CGI for it. Like for the like whatever they're called, the creatures in it.
See, that's a film that
Totally dropped the ball in it, man.
does it not look good? Because I remember that looking pretty decent.
It looks alright, man, but there's a whole lighting issue with it.
Right.
They talked about it, and I watch this channel as well, Corridor Crew,
Aye, I like him. Aye.
on YouTube, um, and they do all the VFX stuff, and they go through like what's at a place, what's not. Half of the stuff, man, I just would not notice at all until they point it out, and then I'm like, oh, brilliant! You've just ruined 6 other movies for me. Thank you.
Did you ever see
knew that?
they make
You go.
Avengers Ultraviolet?
Oh, I seen the one where they made. I think it was Captain America: Civil War.
Aye, that one.
They made that, and it was his shield was like decapitating people and everything, sticking in people's chests.
They
That
done
was
it.
brilliant.
Done it like a day.
That was excellent.
Aye,
That was brilliant.
the guys are good, man. I like him. It's just one of the ones that see, because my kids watch YouTube, I lose all the channels that I watch because it's through the TV, and if you forget about them, they just go missing.
I make sure like I don't have my account like on the TV in the living room. I've just got it like just kind of without being signed in.
That's what I should probably do.
So that all the kind of stupid dinosaur toy videos and stuff like that all kind of all kind of stay there on the main thing, and I have my own account, my phone, and the tablet.
Notification for the new Blippi video.
They kinda dropped the ball in the I Am Legend special effects a wee bit, I think, because I remember when the movie was supposed to be coming out, and I don't know if you've all seen Omega Man, like it was just the 70s. I remember seeing it. When I was a bit older, but it was like heavily dated. But it was about this guy on his own, kind of thing, like the last man alive.
Right.
So they were prompting this movie to be the new Omega Man, but then they said there was going to be these creatures in it, and I seen a couple of bits, like a couple of sneak peeks of what the creatures would look like, and it was practical effects, right? And they looked fucking terrifying, right? Now the way their jaws open up, the way their jaws detach and open right up, like see that done in practical effects was scary. It was fucking scary, and then they obviously moved towards the CGI for whatever reason.
Because it was cheaper.
Well, I guess so. It's always the case, isn't it?
Aye.
That's what I'm liking about the new Jurassic Park as well. The fact that they're not they're kind of as each one of the movies has went, they've get more and more practical effects in them. And this, like the I think Jurassic World had like a couple of bits of practical effects in it, right? Then Fallen Kingdom had like more than was it Jurassic Park 3?
Really?
And
I've not seen that
this
yet.
new one is supposed to have. You've not seen Fallen Kingdom yet?
No, is that
Have you not that's
the
that's
news?
after Jurassic World.
I have not seen that yet.
Oh, you need. Oh, did you need with the Indoraptor in it, man? You need to watch that. That's like that thing's fucking terrifying. And they did that in practical effects as well. There was a few bits of that they did in practical effects, and you can tell when you're watching it what bits. Well, you can't tell because it's that well done, right? But you can when you watch the video, when you watch like the videos of how they done the practical effects in it, and you see the animatronic puppets for the certain bits, you're just like, man, that makes it even more creepy. It makes it even more creepy.
See, that's what they're telling you. It's these practical effects. What they actually done was made real dinosaurs. Can't tell you.
Aye, they just need to not do that. That's something they definitely need to not do.
I don't think you can do it, can you not?
We were talking about reverse engineering the chicken.
Aye, I watched. Did you watch that TED talk?
I watched the TED talk, but I'd been following it as well. Like after that scientist was talking about it, I'd watched it. Like been like kind of keeping up, trying to see like are these crazy bastards actually going to try this and reverse engineer a chicken back into a dinosaur? And the only thing they couldn't get, if you go and look up information in the progress, the only thing that they couldn't get to work was there was no genome there, like kind of like, just sitting there dormant. There was no dormant gene for a tail.
I see. The thing I seen was
couldn't get the tail.
I seen when when you watch a chick growing up, it's got a tail.
Aye, but there was something to do with how they couldn't get that. They couldn't get that right. They managed to get apparently they managed to like grow an embryo that had like the elongated face and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like they actually managed to unlock the dormant gene for teeth in the beak.
Aye.
Do you know
Why do you want
like
to bring? I know dinosaurs are cool and that, right? See, realistically, why do you want to do that?
Listen, man, I think dinosaurs are excellent, right? I've been a big fan of dinosaurs ever since I was a small child. Would I be such a fan of dinosaurs if they were walking about? No. I don't think anybody would, right? Because we would no longer, nothing else on this planet would be top of the food chain, right? There would be nothing, like, after the still marine reptiles about sharks wouldn't be the top of the food chain, like in the sea, like, big cats in Africa, you know, they wouldn't be top of the food chain. Human beings most definitely wouldn't be top of the food chain. It would be a terrifying
I don't know.
existence, mate.
With your spear and shield collection, maybe you might still be.
Well, I'm not saying that human beings when they try their hardest, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I don't think it would be a very hospitable place to live.
I don't think I'd have much to defend the family anyway. I've got a giant wooden cat. I could use that as a shield.
Oh, I put a strap in the back of that.
Aye,
Definitely.
there we
2
go.
screws for it. You've got a shield there.
Haven't spoken with my giant wooden cat yet, not. I've got another entry. Brains has put one in as well. Wee caricature one. Nice. A robot selling swords, definitely know I'm going to like that one. Where it's like a lemonade stand, I like it. I think it's class how different everybody's is.
It is. I'm just actually just looking at it. I like Hellbounce and just seen Hellbounce and Zero Sight one. That's cool. That's cool.
Did Zero reply if it was pen or not? I know it looks like pen, right? But it's also got a kind of digital feel to it in it.
No, I don't think so. It's on a notepad.
I know. I mentioned that earlier. I know you can see the notepad things, but most of his work he shares is digital. If you look close, there is something quite digital about it.
I think he's maybe used is that like ink soluble pencil?
It looks like there's like a haze to it. It might be that. Maybe maybe some.
Ink soluble pencil because it looks like he kind of went over a couple of bits with a brush. That's cool, man.
Is it traditional Zero, or is it digital? But I drew a giant cat and cut it out of wood, and I was going to cut hangers for it today, but I've not managed to do that yet. I'm going to try and hang it up the wall, and I'm going to give it a wee shadow that's going to be a separate bit of wood, and then I'm going to try and sell it. It's about 1.2 metres tall. It's cool, man.
I think you should definitely go with the shield idea and make it into a shield and make a sword for it.
They're not getting it. Yeah. But see, you're saying that now. I feel as if I should make a sword and shield of some sort. Obviously, and something I would do. But a wee sword, a sword and shield set could be cool. Hey, there's an idea for the gallery. We can do a sword and shield each. But they need to be relevant to something.
Oh, it needs to be a good wooden sword as well.
Aye. I've got a scroll saw and a jigsaw now, so they could be layering on that. Angles and all sorts. No, don't do it. In fact, get away from that, because that's just falling down that rabbit hole with the toy as well. It'll come to January and
no, you're right.
Get to January and be like, what have you done? It's like, I've nearly finished this sword. I've been at it for 4 months. Like,
Oh fuck! I definitely just need to. I've got some ideas I'm going to talk to you about anyway, and we'll for pieces that the two of us to do together. Obviously, not know some off the cuff random idea about making something that that doesn't relate.
what about building a car that would look as if it would work in that world, but we'll build it out of like things we find in the streets? But it has to work as a real car, and it has to be road legal.
Make sure you find the right fucking tyres for it.
And 4 matching ones, they need to be 4 matching tyres. You need to find them in the streets. Right, but speaking of tyres, I guess I could segue into I think we're done.
I think so. I think so.
Just got to kind of wind it up, guys. Really appreciate everybody for joining in. I'll post them all on social media. I'm starting to try and take the weekend off to some extent. So I'll probably wait until Monday before I post them. Try and give myself some sort of social media break, even though I'm still posting things and we're still doing the stream, but I'm limiting what I do at the weekends kind of thing. So if you don't see them tomorrow, I'll post them. They will be probably Monday before I start posting them up. Thanks a lot everybody for getting involved.
Thank you.
Did we do an outro song? Is it you done it? Right guys, thanks a lot and we'll catch you hopefully next week.
Bye. Bye everyone.